All right, we are on. Let me take this down. Nose. All right, thanks everyone for coming. If you just popped on, you're muted, hopefully on arrival. I think everybody is muted. So this is our November team call, and we are going to talk about the 12-week year, which I have the book back here. It's an awesome, awesome book, and I have some slides to show you. I'm going to go through a couple of things that are, well, maybe more than a couple things, but I want to give you more tangible stuff that you can use rather than just like words. So the first slides are going to be a lot of words, but then the last part is going to be more things you can use. So let me share my screen. And I appreciate all of you coming here. I know that you have other things that you could be doing, but you're taking the time to do this. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Okay, give me a thumbs up if you can see that. Okay, and I'm just going to keep it like this because sometimes I can't find my mouse. All right, so November team call. This is going to be about the 12-week year. But first, before we talk about that, it doesn't show up very well. That's okay. I want to recognize the October Success Club Life Changers, and we have a whole bunch, if you can see. Even if you didn't hit SC5, even if you helped one person or two people, you still helped people in the month of October, and that's really cool. And you can see all those names there. So a special congrats to Kate Neal, JJ McLean, Heidi DeSalle, and Shalane Miller for hitting Success Club. And then everyone else, if you helped at least one person, that's really cool. At the bottom, you see there the Rocktober social media challenges. Funny enough, I won that, which wasn't the worst thing because then I got to keep my packets, but whatever. Second place was Heidi, third place Shalane, and then fourth place was Annie Smith. So great job on that. The leadership ladder just came out today. Actually, it probably came out like 2 hours ago. I just saw this. So I had this slide ready just in case it popped up. But the leadership ladder is something that you really want to strive for, even more than just Success Club. You have to be in Success Club to hit the leadership ladder, but this is sort of like a checklist that you want to use every single month. It's relatively new, but if you use this checklist every single month to get to the next rung of the leadership ladder, it's really going to help build your business. So team builders, Rita, I see your cat. That's funny. Team builder this month, this may be her first month being a team builder. I'm not sure. It's Kate Neal. And if you see down here at the bottom, here's the team builder category. So it tells you the commission you need to have, SC5. You need to be Emerald or higher. You need to have 2 personally sponsored coaches with at least 1 Success Club point, and then have 200 TV on your weak leg, or PV. It says TV, so it's team volume, but I just call it PV because it's confusing to me. So that's team builder, and that was Kate Neal. Now, Shalane Miller and JJ McLean earned business starter this month. You can see that right here. So they had to have earned at least $100 per month. For last month, they needed to hit SC5 and then be a rank of coach or higher. And if you see with business starter, you don't have to have any of this other stuff. You don't have to have any personally sponsored coaches, hit Success Club. You don't have to have any weak leg volume, which you would have some weak leg volume because you're earning money, but you don't have to. And then you have to have 0 team leaders. All right, and then you can look at the rest of these right here. Again, this should be your checklist. So if you want to hit business starter next month, which you should, then you want to look at these criteria, and it's going to tell you what you need to do. Same thing with team builder, team leader, etc. All right, so I want to there we go. Now I can see all of you guys. I want to put you there in case you have a question. You can always unmute yourself if you have a question too. So let's get into it. This is the 12-week year. And now you can get this on hard copy. I have it on hard copy and Audible. I actually started listening to it on Audible, and I felt like it was something that I needed to highlight and make notes in, which is never the case. I never have an actual book because I know I just won't sit down and read it. But this one was different. It was something that I needed to write and highlight and take notes on because it was something that I could use every day. So the basis of the 12-week year is really that your year is split into 12-week goals. So if you let me go through this and then I'll get more into it, but it helps you control your day. It can increase your income, balance work and family life, which I think a lot of us struggle with. Lower stress because your work and family life is more balanced. Accomplish goals without becoming burnt out. It helps you bring short-term success to help you not become burnt out. And then it also gives you tangible things that you can do each day without scrolling through Facebook forever thinking, what am I supposed to do now? So the first chapter was really, I think it was the first chapter. One of the first chapters is about knowledge and how when you know something, when you know what you're supposed to do, it's the one thing that's going to hold you back because you don't implement it. So you have all these ideas and the things you know you want to do. And I mean, if you're like me, I have a whole notebook of notes, but I've never really went back through them to say, I should probably do this now because it was a great idea. Like at Melanie Mitro, it was a great idea, but I've never went back and looked at them. So that's something that's holding me back. And another thing that can hold you back is not having enough knowledge. And I talked about implementing it. And consistency, that works for everything. It works for our business, our fitness, our health, our not planning your meals very well each day. So consistency is everything, right? And that's how, that's what the 12-week year uses. So this quote was in the book. It's not what you know. It's not even who you know. It's what you implement that counts. And I think we can all relate to that because we know what we need to do, but we don't necessarily do it. All right, so let's get into it. Redefining the year. So this is where you take 12 weeks. You split the year up into 12 weeks. Now, if you want to have a year-end goal, so maybe your year-end, I'm just going to say my year-end goal will be 10-star in 2017. So I know that that I have the whole year to do it, which is you see the play catch up and no sense of urgency. So probably in January and February and March, I'm just going to kind of coast through. But that's not what the 12-week year does. It wants you to take that big goal and split it into 12-week increments and make smaller goals that's going to help you reach your final goal. So also with that big long-term goal, there is no daily execution. You don't really know how to get to the end, so you're just kind of going through the steps thinking that you have enough time and you don't really have to do much until the end of the year. So you want to think of your year as 12-week increments, not months, not quarters, not I'll do it in the summer. So every 12 weeks, you have a new goal. And the cool thing about this is on the 13th week, you want to party. You want to kind of let loose and celebrate whatever you achieved on that 12th week. And if you didn't achieve on the 12th week, you continue with it, but you still kind of give yourself a break and celebrate that you did try and you stay consistent. There's nothing like a deadline to get you motivated. Isn't that the truth? Like right now, we're all like, oh, it's almost the end of the year. I need to play catch up. I need to get all this stuff done because we have a deadline. Same thing if you have, I don't know, like a class reunion and you think, oh, I need to lose 5 pounds in 6 weeks because I have my class reunion. That's our deadline and we're super motivated to do that. But if it's a whole year-long goal, I'll wait a little bit. So that's what the 12-week year is about, splitting them into smaller increments. His name is Brian. I think I put Morgan. No, I didn't. Good. Moran. Moran. I don't know. The results you achieve are a direct byproduct of the actions you take. This one was kind of a gut check for me, because even though I know that my results are from what I do or what I don't do, it's still kind of hard to read it and realize, I didn't reach this goal because I didn't do the work. And so that's really what they're saying here. And in the 12-week year, you only have 12 weeks to get the work done. So there really leaves no wiggle room. The very first thing when you do that, whatever you make your goal, you have to have an emotional connection with it. Vision is the starting point of all high performance. So if you don't see yourself getting to that goal, or you don't feel it, like you're not really emotionally attached, it's probably not going to happen. And even if you think that it may not happen, you still have to have a reason why you are doing it. And we hear that all the time. What is your why? Why are you doing this? You have to have an emotional connection to whatever you're doing to keep going, because it's really easy to stop. And here are some questions that Brian put in his book. What do you truly want from whatever your goal is? What legacy do you want to create? What do you want for yourself and your family? What level of security do you seek? Do you want to have to wonder if you're going to be able to pay for your groceries every week? Or are you going to go to the grocery store feeling confident that you've got this? What do you want spiritually? What level of income do you want? What interest would you like to pursue? Maybe you want to, take dance lessons every week, but you can't afford it, or you have a time constraint. What do you want your time to look like? What do you want your level of income to look like? What do you want your family's life to look like? And we'll get more into that in just a second. So planning is the second big thing they talk about. They want you to take most of your time in that 12 weeks to plan, or really the first week, plan what you're going to do every single day to get to that 12-week goal. So your first week is or your first day, I guess, is really planning what you're going to do every single day. And then they have you score yourself every single week. And if you don't do those things that you said you were going to do, then you need to replan how you're going to do them the next week. So planning reduces mistakes. It saves you time, even though it seems like it's just like meal prep. Nobody wants to meal prep, but it saves you time during the week. And what do they say? If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Same thing here. It provides focus. It's a productive time. It's not a time waster, which meal prep definitely drives me nuts sometimes, but it's productive. And you need to start by identifying your overall goal for 12 weeks. My first 12-week goal is not going to be 10-star, because that's not going to happen, right? That's maybe in December, that's my goal. But my first 12 weeks, my first goal is to move to 5-star, 6-star, something like that. Break into individual parts. We'll talk about that. And then write tactics, or what you're going to do every single day to hit that goal. And then you can write this down if you want. You do have to put in your name and your email, and then they'll send you, I think every day, they'll send you like examples and free stuff that you can print off to help you. So 12weekyear.com, is that / I never know if it's forward or backward, getting started. All right, so here's that weekly scorecard I was telling you about. So you plan your week, you do everything hopefully you check everything off on your list. And then say on Sunday night, you go to your weekly plan and see how well you did if you checked everything on your list. The cool thing is, they say if you complete 85% of your to-dos or your activities, that you are more than likely going to hit your goal in that 12 weeks. But if you do any less than that, then you're probably not going to hit your 12-week goal. Maybe you'll hit it the second 12 weeks, but that's not what we're doing. We're trying to hit it in that first 12 weeks. So we want to do at least 85% of those activities. And if you're like me, I'm going to have to check every single thing off. If I write it down, I have to check it off. So I think this is going to be really helpful for me. And then they also say this is not for the faint of heart, because if you have all these activities and maybe you check off 3 of 9, then you think, well, I quit. I can't do this, or I don't want to do this, or you start to get down on yourself, and many people start to blame the book. Well, this doesn't work. But really, you're just not doing what you said you would do. So then people quit. But it's really important, and they talk about this a lot, to score yourself every single week on how you did. Productive tension is the uncomfortable feeling you get when you're not doing the things you know you need to do. How many people have had productive tension? I have it probably every single day, because I know I need to be doing things and I don't do them, and then it gets to be 8:48 p.m. and I still think, oh, I have to do all these things to check off my list. So it's kind of like that book, Eat That Frog. If you do those uncomfortable things at the very beginning of the day, then you don't have that tension, you have less stress, you feel more productive, and you just have a better day. And then it goes into interests versus commitments. So interests are things that we like to do when we have time, or maybe you want to knit a sweater. I don't know if people do that, but maybe you want to knit a sweater, but you're not going to do it if you have other commitments. Commitments are things that you do absolutely every single day, no excuses, and it will get you the results. Whereas interests are just, whenever you can. So think about what you want your goals to be. So your goal needs to be a commitment. And if it's an interest, maybe you should set a different goal for yourself. Sorry, my mouth is getting really dry. We're almost to the stuff where you can actually use. 4 keys to successful commitments is a strong desire, kind of like that vision that we talked about, and that why. So you want to do this for something bigger than just like, hey, that would be cool. Keystone actions are the things that you will do every single day to get those reach those goals. Count the cost. This was a tough one, because you have to kind of give things up that maybe you don't really want to give up. You have to do the hard thing now so that later you can enjoy whatever you want. So things that maybe giving up 30 minutes of sleep to get a little bit more done during the day. But maybe 2 years from now, you won't have to do that anymore. Act on commitments and not feelings, because when we say we're committed to something, I'm guilty of this every single day. I don't want to work out, but I'm committed to it. So I have to get rid of those I don't want to feelings and do it anyway, because I committed to it. And then the whole is greater than the sum. If you have your activities and you do 5 of them out of 10, that's only 50%. You're going to get 50% results. That's what we tell our challengers. If you are doing the program every single day, but you're not following the meal plan, you're only going to get program results. And that's probably not very good, because we know that the meal plan and the nutrition is the most important part. So you have to do all of it for it to work, or it's it may be fine. It won't be great. All right. Oh, we can't see this very well. I wonder if I can move this down. Oh, I can. Okay, so this is the first tangible activity you can take back, and you can just write this. I wouldn't write the words down, but you can write the box there. They just want you to write what your life is going to look like, what your vision is for yourself in 5, 10, 15, or plus years. So I don't know what that is for you, but you really want to write down, and you could even do it for 1 year, I guess, your aspirational visions, what your life is going to look like 1, 5, 10, 15 years from now. see if I can move this one. Okay, then the second step was to write your 12-week goals. So in December of 2017, my 1-year aspiration is to be a 10-star diamond. So what am I going to do in January, February, and March, right? Yeah, January, February, and March. What is my goal going to be at the end of March? So maybe I want it to be 6-star. That would be my 12-week goal. And then I'll come down here. You talk about why that goal is important to you. You always want to put it back into a vision or what it's going to look like in your life. And what you would do, this is really important, is how you would celebrate. Because we always think, oh, we hit it, move on to the next thing. But in the 12-week year, they talk about how important it is to celebrate and kind of take a little bit of time off to decompress, and then you start again. All right. And then for your first goal, your first 12-week goal, they want you to do 12 or weekly actions. So in March, my 12-week goal would be 6-star. What am I going to do every single day? Well, I'm going to invite maybe 6 people per day. I'm going to push play. I'm going to drink my shake. I'm going to talk about it on social media. I'm going to do my personal development. What does that sound like to you? Sounds like the business activity tracker, right? So it's really cool that we kind of already have that played out for us. We already know exactly what we need to do to meet our goals. Now, if your commitment or your goal is something different, I'm specifically talking about coaching here, but you can do this with anything in your life. But I know to reach my 12-week goal, I'm going to do all of these things. I'm going to do more of all of these things. And something that I haven't been doing is printing this thing out and checking off the boxes. So I will do that. I mean, there's a bunch of different things that I can add to it, but I know that I'm going to do it every single day, and I'm going to hit at least 85% so that I reach my goal. All right, let me go back. So then let's say the first 12 weeks is over. Maybe you hit your goal, maybe you didn't, but then this is where you kind of reevaluate what worked, what didn't work, what will you struggle with to, wait, no, before you put your plan down. Oh, this is for the second week, sorry. This is for the second 12 weeks. So what will you struggle with to take these actions on your next 12 weeks? And what will you do to overcome those struggles? Because we all know we're going to run into things, that's life, but how are we going to overcome them? Are we just going to give up, or are we going to keep pushing forward? And this, again, is the business activity tracker. I made this one because Beachbodies is a little bit confusing. I made this one. You can make your own if you want to, but this should be in the file section on the Bling team. All right, so here are we have 2 more slides. Here are examples they gave. See if I can pull this down a little bit so you can see it, of a sample plan for health and fitness. So their 12-week goal is kind of vague right here. Improve my general health and fitness, that's vague, but lose 15 pounds. That's something that we can measure. So that was their goal. And then their tactics or their to-dos every single day is to get a physical in week 1. Select whatever exercise they're going to do cardio 4 times per week for a minimum of 20 minutes. We know that's not going to work, don't we? Select a strength and resistance training exercise. They should probably find a Beachbody coach on here. Drink water, I mean, we all know this stuff. I chose this one because this is our business, so we, understood that. But that's what he's going to do every single day. And he put when it was due, when he began it. I guess it's not every single day for this guy, but I don't know. That's what he did. So then he could go through and check to make sure he got all those things complete. All right, and then here's another one. This is for a business. Pull it down a little bit. Business and weight loss. You can see the goal there. close $105,000 in new business. That would be pretty cool if we could do that. And then lose 12 pounds. And he put his tactics here, what he was going to do. So he has 2 goals, what he was going to do every day, when they were due, when he began them, and then over here he would check off if he completed them. Okay, so that is all my slides. Let me go back to this. So just to wrap up, you want to take your whole year and split them into 12-week increments to set small goals, to control your day, balance that work and family life, because that's difficult for a lot of us. And then everything, I just really like, let me stop my share here so I can see you. All right, I just really like this because I'm a list person, and it gives me things that I need to do every single day. I think it goes along really well with the BAT, because those are things we need to do every single day. Stay consistent, and it just makes it a little easier to see yourself reaching those goals. Like when I think of my big goal for 2017, like that, no, like I don't know, I can't even put that together. But if I think, oh, I just need one more star for these 12 weeks, that seems much more doable. And it's going to build my confidence and my motivation, because I know that in 12 weeks I can do that. But in 1 year, I'm gonna wait a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna go crazy yet. But in 12 weeks, then I can do it every day, be consistent, and get it done. So I'm gonna open the floor for anyone who has questions. I did an awful job explaining this, but I would highly recommend getting this book. And I would get it, you could get it on Audible too, but it's really good to highlight and take notes. There's a website. It doesn't give you much information, and it's not a very well planned out website, but we're used to that. So you kind of have to move around and find stuff. But if you do find the area, the getting started area, put your name in, your email, and they will start sending you kind of like worksheets that you can use. Does anybody have any questions? No? Okay, I forgot a couple things that some dates I wanted to go over. So I have excuse me, my mouth is so dry. I have a Core to Force group starting on Monday, next Monday, and it's on the app if anybody wants to join. You don't have to bring anybody. You can just bring yourself if you want. But if you are in the group, I expect you to follow the calendar and drink your shake every day, because for so long, I let people just kind of fall off, but we're not doing that anymore. We're coaches, so we do what we tell other people to do. But you're welcome to join if you do those things. All right. Super Saturday is January 7th. I don't know if it's a Saturday, it's a Sunday. I don't know if someone's coming. I don't know anything about that yet, but put on your calendar January 7th, because like Rita came on live earlier, live events are super, super important, and they're motivating. And most of the time we have a super trainer, which is really cool. I don't know if you saw the email, and I haven't posted this on the Bling team. I posted it on my personally sponsored page, but Shanti is coming back in February 25th. He will be in Indianapolis from 9 to 12. It's a JW Marriott. I don't know, the tickets go on sale this Saturday at 6 a.m. If you are not on the computer or your phone or buying your tickets, however you buy them at 6 a.m., then you will not get a VIP. They sold out. It was like 2 minutes or 3 minutes or something like that last year. So make sure you already have that form filled out, or you can autofill. I know I have autofill on my computer. So then you just put your name, then you can submit it quickly. So that's 6 a.m. on Saturday. I heard there will be 3 tiers of tickets. I know there's a VIP. I don't know what the other 2 are. I'm thinking it's going to be a VIP where you get a picture, and then there's going to be one maybe where you have a question and answer session, and then one where you just come and do the workout. But I don't know that for sure. All right, I am leaving for California tomorrow. I will be gone tomorrow, and I will be coming back Saturday. So if you are, if you have any questions, please post on the Bling team, or you can send me a message, but I'm not going to promise I'm not going to answer very quickly. So it might be better to post on the Bling team so other coaches can see it first. I think that's it. Yeah. So quarter force next Monday, if anybody wants to join the group. If you do, please send me a message with your email. Okay? Send me the email. I get a lot of messages saying, I want to join, but I may not know your email. So please send me your email. I will add you to the group, but you have to do the program. You have to follow it, and you have to drink a shake every day. All right? Okay, any questions? No? Let's see who's on. Natalie, Kate. I think that's Heidi, but I can't see her face. So anyway, thank you guys so much for coming. I know you have things that you would rather be doing right now, but I really appreciate it. Grab the book. It's a really awesome book, and I think it will really help you in 2017. So have a great night, and thanks for coming. Bye, guys.